There's no Funko Pop for Peter B. Parker. I want to talk about why I'm still upset with Funko. Not this guy. Where's the sweatpants? Why is there no Peter B. Parker? That movie went out of its way to emphasize the B in Peter B. Parker. Let's do this one last time. My name is Sidekick Ink, and I'm this universe's worst YouTuber. I've traveled across the country, I've talked to celebrities. I went to Canada one time, that was pretty cool, I got a tattoo. I've gained some weight, I lost some weight, I made a whole bunch of friends, but there's still one question that I haven't been able to answer. Why haven't they made a Funko Pop of Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse? This is something I have been asking myself for years. Actually, not just me, I have been asking everybody. Why does this not exist? Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse came out 6 years ago in 2018, and when the original Funko Pop set was released, we got Miles, we got Gwen, we even got Spider-Man Noir and Green Goblin, who was only in the movie for like 2 minutes. But you know who we didn't get? Peter B. Parker, like one of the main guys.
My name is Peter B. Parker. I was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for the last 22 years, I thought I was the one and only Spider-Man.
And before anyone says it, no, this is not Peter B. Parker. It says it right there. This is Peter Parker. The movie goes out of its way multiple times to let us, the audience, know that this is Peter Parker. He's blonde, and he's voiced by Chris Pine. And this guy, this is Peter B. Parker. He's voiced by Jake Johnson. He's kind of a slob, but most importantly, he emphasizes that B, his middle initial, so that we can tell them apart. You notice anything missing here? Huh? Now, does any of this actually matter? No, of course it doesn't. They are Funko Pops, and it's a movie about Spider-Man. But if I don't throw a big blabbering fit like the man-child that I am, this video wouldn't be that entertaining. And you'd have nothing negative to say in the comments, so bear with me. Now, I don't know why they didn't make a Peter B. Parker Funko Pop, but I do have a theory, and maybe it has to do with spoilers. Like, I don't know, these Funko Pops came out before the movie was released, so maybe Funko didn't know that there was 2 different Peter Parkers in the movie. But it's also very common for Funko to release a second wave with more characters, so where was Peter B. Parker then? Even when Across the Spider-Verse came out in 2023, there still was no Peter B. Parker in the initial wave, but we did get this release at the end of last year featuring Peter B. Parker and Mayday on his chest. What took so long? Now, don't get me wrong, this is still a really cool looking Funko Pop. I love how his slippers say Cool Dad on them. I love how he's wearing the pink robe, but I still wish we would have gotten something with that iconic green jacket, one boot, one tennis shoe, you know, classic Peter B. Parker. Now, the closest thing I've gotten so far is taking the head off of this one and adding it to the body of the original Peter Parker, kind of for like an unmasked look. This is pretty cool. This is my Peter B. Parker, but this is still not gonna cut it. So I am back at my workstation to make a never before seen custom Peter B. Parker Funko Pop. I have made custom pops in the past. You've seen my video of the screen accurate Matt Murdock from Spider-Man No Way Home. You've seen me make the screen accurate Michael Myers Behind the Hedges. And now, something I've been wanting for 6 years, Peter B. Parker. Now, when it comes to a plan, there isn't one. I'm kind of winging it on this one. I have a few ideas that I think will work well together, but it's really all about finding pieces that are compatible with one another, and I'm gonna see what I can find. Here, if I bring you into the closet, I've got this Dane Whitman Funko Pop from the Eternals. This is what inspired this custom in the first place because he's got this nice green jacket that looks a lot like Peter B. Parker wears in the movie. It also has these brown boots. I'm only going to need one of them. I'm going to need a red tennis shoe, and this is where I'm going to be looking. I've got plenty of Funko Pops to choose from, but I'm looking, so this is Nacho Libre. This might work. I'm gonna hang on to this. This is a little more of like a basketball shoe style. I think Peter B. Parker is wearing something that's more like a Converse or a Vans. This might work. I just have to paint it. Ooh, I put the camera down for just a second so I could use both hands, and I found this Steve Harrington And I think this shoe might be perfect, so I'm gonna see if this one will work. And then of course I have the Peter B. Parker from Across the Spider-Verse. I might just use the head from this one, or I could swap it out with the masked version, but we'll see what looks better. All right, I've got my Dane Whitman here. And, like I said, the jacket is perfect. I think the pants can be painted, and I'm gonna keep a boot. So I think one boot is good, and I'm just gonna have to do a little bit of work on these pants. Let me see if I can get one of these shoes to come off. Normally I would use boiling water for something like this, but sometimes with the shoes, you can get them to come out, and I think this one's good. I think this shoe's gonna be too big. I don't think this one will work because of the way the pants cover it, okay. This one might work, but I'm still thinking this is gonna be the best bet if I can paint it. Got it. Oh, that is almost perfect. So I think we're looking pretty good here. Don't need this anymore. All right, so I think I'm gonna need to get rid of the scarf. Let's see, that's looking a little bit better. It's a little bit smoother. I think I'm on the right track. So let me get this head on here. And then the shoe. Okay, see? Are you beginning to see the vision? I think it's there. I see it. Now, if you're a Spider-Man fan and you're looking to add more Spidey Funko Pops like these to your collection, or maybe you want to take a crack at making a custom Funko Pop like this, you can find stuff just like this on the Whatnot app. Now, this video is not sponsored by Whatnot in any way. However, I do have a link down in my description that will give you a free $15 credit to use towards your first purchase if you happen to be a first-time user and you want to try out the app. Whatnot is one of the largest online marketplaces for buying and selling Funko Pops. They have live auctions that you can bid on in real time, as well as a huge marketplace where you can search for exactly what you're looking for. Maybe you want to make your own Peter B. Parker or just add something new to your collection, but 15 bucks is 15 bucks. So if you've never tried Whatnot before, there is a link right down there in the description. I think I have enough paint. I love some of these names. Smoky Bonfire, Fresh Pavement, Cherry Jam. Oh, look at this one. Blue. Oh, that's a beautiful color. Oh, I couldn't just pour that nice and clean, could I? Had to make a huge mess. Trying to make this Smoky Bonfire slightly less smoky. I think a good sweatpant is like a nice light heather gray. Would you agree? Every time I've painted Funko Pops, they usually take a few coats just because they have a nice gloss of, that top coat of vinyl is just nice and glossy. So they usually take a few coats. I usually like to give it a really rough coat at first. I just like to get everything covered. Kind of like a primer, I guess. It's just to get it all covered so that it takes the second layer a lot easier. I actually just painted a custom a couple days ago of this diamond patch. This was from the Infinity Warps line where they have two characters morphed together. This was Patch and Emma Frost, and I didn't care for it much. I wanted the original Patch, especially after seeing Deadpool and Wolverine. So this was one that I painted. I didn't make a video about it just because I actually painted this with my daughter. We were having some craft time, but I think it turned out really nice. His hair was yellow, so this was actually just really simple to paint the hair. The beard wasn't difficult either. It was the pants and the suit that were giving me a hard time, as well as the claws, but I think it turned out pretty nice. I feel like it's impossible to paint anything, let alone Funko Pops, without getting paint all over your fingers. But that's just, you know, that's just the name of the game, you know. That's, man, look at these buns of steel. Part of painting, you know. It comes with the territory, I guess. If you're painting stuff, you're gonna get some paint on your fingers. That's just how it is. Now, if you're curious what kind of paint I'm using, I know I showed some of the colors off briefly earlier, but this is just any acrylic paint, really. You just have to be patient with Funko Pops. As you can see, it's going to take a few layers, but any acrylic paint will do. While I let this coat dry, I'm gonna take a look at the shoe. Now, this is an Adidas shoe. You can tell by the stripes here. I believe in the movie he's wearing Converse, and they're more of a light blue. I don't really have to get so extra. I could just use this as it is. I'm gonna see if I can shave down these Adidas stripes, and let's see if we can turn this into a Converse. Like I said, I really don't think I have to go into this much detail. I think when it's all done, it's really gonna be worth it. Because if I don't do it, who else is going to do it, right? This looks like a nice blue for a Converse, okay. Oh, beautiful, look at that. For the suit, I've got the cherry jam. I've got this blood red here, but I think I'm gonna go with fire red. Here it is, fire red. I think this is just a little more vibrant. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'm thinking right now, I might repaint the jacket. I know the jacket is already green, but I want it to be a little darker, if that makes sense. I want it to look a little more like army green. Every time I make a custom Funko Pop, it's really more of a passion project. It's something that I wanted to make, something that I was inspired to make, something I had a cool idea for. Stuff like this is pretty rare when I make a custom, because it's just when I have the time to do something and I feel like creating something. Because that's the thing, is creating makes me feel alive, I guess. Like creating makes me feel good, and it makes me feel alive, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something, which is why I enjoy making videos. I enjoy creating content. I enjoy art. I love to draw, and I love to paint sometimes. And I like to make silly custom Funko Pops like this. This is the stuff that it's the stuff that I live for, man. Not to get all on an emotional level with you, but this is the stuff I live for. Looking pretty good, if you ask me. I guess I'm a little biased. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I feel like this is looking pretty good. And I still don't understand why Funko didn't they just make a Peter B. Parker Funko Pop in the first place for the first movie? You know what I mean? The good news, I guess, is if this doesn't turn out perfect, it'll still kind of work, because Peter B. Parker's suit was super beat up. And I can just say that it was supposed to look that way. You know what I mean? It's battle damage. Told you it'd be worth it to go for accuracy. You know what I mean? Don't need no Adidas on my Peter B. Parker. I don't want Adidas on that thing. I want the real thing. I've been waiting. How many years has it been since this movie came out? I've been waiting so long for this. By the way, Into the Spider-Verse was such a cool movie. So here's sort of a before and after. I think the darker green definitely matches his suit in the movie a little bit better. My goal with the boot is to kind of just make it look dirty. I think I'm accomplishing that. So the last thing I need to do, of course, is add a spider symbol in the middle. I'm not looking forward to that. Man, this part makes me so nervous every time. Okay. Okay, not bad. It's not perfect, but it's good. I like it. A little bit bulky, not my best work, but let's check it out with the head on. Now, for the first time ever, I have an Into the Spider-Verse green jacket and 2 different types of shoes, eating cold French fries that he doesn't have money to pay for, Jake Johnson, Peter B. Parker. The only real problem is now I don't know what to do with this Peter B. Parker from Across the Spider-Verse, but check out the gang. We got the Peter Parker. This is the blonde one. This is the Miles Morales, and then of course Peter B. Parker. Look at that setup. I'm really happy with this. I don't know what to do with this one. Maybe I'll buy a second one just so I can reuse the head. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this, because this is my favorite version of Peter B. Parker right here, and this is the one I think we should have gotten like 5 or 6 years ago. I think we should have gotten this one from the beginning. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is CJ, and if you like the kind of videos that I post, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can find me as Sidekick Ink across all social media, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, or Threads. Collect what you love what you collect, and I hope you have a great week.